What's up, everybody? My name is Sydney Baker Green. For those of you guys who are new here, I'm an international wedding photographer, content creator, and cinematographer based here in the great state of Michigan, and I've created this YouTube channel to inspire you guys, educate you guys, and give you the resources I wish I had when I first started my business. And today, I am bringing you guys my very late review of the DJI Ronin-S. And I know I'm a little late in the game, but I really wanted to make sure that I got all the real-world experience that I could with the gimbal. That way, I can make a very straightforward and to the point review and let you know exactly what you need to know about this gimbal before you make the purchase, and also what I wanted to know, how it stands up to the Ronin M. So let's go ahead, roll my intro, and we will get right into it. Alright guys, so the first thing that I'm pretty sure you guys all want to know is how does the gimbal perform in the field? And I have to say, it lived up to all the hype that DJI put out about it. Now there's 5 things that really stood out to me about this gimbal that I absolutely love in a real world situation. The stand, the thumb controller, the payload, the battery life, and the modes. Now I tested the Ronin-S in 2 different shooting situations that I found everybody most likely to be in. Adventure style or run and gun shooting. Now the first video that I made with the Ronin-S was run and gun shooting style, and the thing I liked about it the most was the stand. As you can see here, the DJI Ronin-S comes with an attached stand, which means unlike with the Ronin M, where you have to carry around the stand, all you have to do is simply pop the legs out on the bottom of the Ronin-S and sit it down, which made it so nice when we were out on uneven terrain or we were walking a long time and the gimbal did get heavy. Speaking of heavy, another thing I love about the gimbal is the fact that it has a 3.6 kg payload. So right now, I have it loaded with my 5D Mark III and the Canon 70-200 f2.8 non-IS lens. And the thing that's really amazing is even if I wasn't to use the 5D Mark III, even if I was to use my 1DX, I could still use this gimbal and have weight to spare. The motors are not struggling, everything performs just as quick even in sport mode. And that's another thing that I really loved about this gimbal is the different modes. I have sport mode where I can make really snappy and quick gimbal adjustments, and then if I throw it into mode 1, I have my standard cinematic settings that I use on all of my travel films, and with this heavy setup the motors aren't straining and it's all good to go. Another great feature that I absolutely loved was the fact that it has a thumb controller attached right on the gimbal, which is nice because there were quite a few times that I forgot to charge my thumb controller when using the Ronin M. So that's just another great feature that's very convenient. The second thing that I was testing out when I was using this gimbal was the portability versus the Ronin M, and I have to say this one's a no-brainer. It's a lot easier to carry the Ronin-S around than it is the Ronin M, and I actually find myself wanting to use my gimbal more. I took my Ronin M to Hawaii, Mexico, and to Toronto to film and create content, and I found myself leaving my gimbal more often than not and trying to hand shoot things. The Ronin-S would have been amazing in the bamboo forest or when we were hiking through the mountains of Hawaii. I mean, just the fact that it has a stand, it's not heavy, and you can throw it in your car without having a big case, it's just super convenient to have that. And I think that is the biggest winner of having this over the Ronin M. Furthermore, it actually comes with a case unlike the Ronin M, which means you do not have to buy an extra accessory, and because of its smaller profile, I no longer have to check my gimbal when flying in an airplane. I can simply carry it on with me, throw it in the overhead bin in the airplane, and not have to worry about the baggage agents throwing it all around the aircraft. Another thing I love about the Ronin-S is the battery life. Now I have used this gimbal on 4 shoots. I have not charged it once since I got it. I think I've had the gimbal for maybe 2-3 months now, and I have not charged this thing at all, which just blows my mind, the battery life, especially compared to the Ronin M, where they do give you 2 batteries, which is nice, so you just have to pop one out and then put the other one on. But even then, I've had to charge my Ronin M batteries at least 3, 4, 5 times. So again, the battery life is phenomenal. You'll never have to worry about that as long as your battery doesn't die and you don't charge it. When you're out, that's just another peace of mind aspect that you'll have with this gimbal. Another great feature I like about this gimbal is the trigger. All I have to do is hold it down and the other axes lock, and with a quick double tap, the gimbal returns right to its original position, and I believe with 3 taps, it turns around and looks at me. So I don't know if I would ever vlog with the Ronin S, especially with the 70 to 200 on. That's kind of overkill and wouldn't look right, but you get the point. There's so many convenient features packed into this gimbal. Another great feature about the Ronin S compared to other handheld gimbals is the fact that the roll motor is lower than the screen, which means you can see everything on your camera display without having to need the external monitor that a lot of people choose to use when they use a gimbal. Now, you still probably should use an external monitor for the sake of the fact that you can see your levels and everything like that, but if you don't have one or you can't afford one, you don't have to worry about the gimbal motor blocking the screen and then you can't see your shot. So as I've said, this is supposed to be a quick and to the point video, and my verdict is simple. The DJI Ronin-S lives up to all the hype that DJI put out about it, and when you compare it to its counterpart, the Ronin M, it absolutely performs just as well in all the same shooting situations that I have used both gimbals in. The battery life is amazing at 8 hours, which I'm pretty sure I'm around 11 or 12 with all the shoots that I've shot continuously. The thumb controller just makes it so easy to use, and there's so many tiny features that you wouldn't expect to make a big difference. Like even the roll motor being a little lower makes all the difference in the world. Compared to other gimbals at this price point, I would definitely say you're gonna wanna go with the Ronin over something like the Crane 2 or Maza Air. And honestly, unless you're shooting commercial shoots or you need the extra kgs for a heavier payload, then again, the Ronin S is the way to go, even over the Ronin M, with the perks of its portability and all the features that it has. Anyway guys, I hope you liked this video. Be sure to give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, go ahead and share the video, and be sure to follow me in my social media. All the links are in the description down below. Again guys, thank you so much for watching this review. Remember, every day, airplanes take off against the wind. Live, love, laugh, stay inspired, and as always, stay fabulous.